this entire show, all 4 hours, are going to be dedicated to my good friend, Congressman Elijah Cummings. And I'll explain to you why. He listened to this show. Sherry can come to the mic on this one, and Daryl and Sam knows this. I don't know how many of you all know this. But he listened to our show every morning in his commute from Baltimore to Washington, D.C. every single morning. And I'm not exaggerating. He stated it publicly on the show, and he had told me that privately. And not only did he listen, but if we made a mistake, if I said something that was incorrect, or if I needed advice on how Congress worked or what the issue was or wasn't, he'd call.
He would call and contribute to the show. His wisdom, his experience, his expertise, his knowledge. He would give you head-up warning that something was coming without violating anything.
Any trust or,
Yes.
And we have so many hours of conversation, even with him and his wife,
Maya. Mm-hmm.
I was telling Sherry, we've got to get Daryl, because this. I mean, we remember when we had him in studio, and what was almost for an hour.
Yes.
And just sat and talked about issues and their relationship, and so I don't know if anybody else on staff wants to say anything. You're certainly welcome. We're going to be busy pulling and mining, as we call it in the business, as many of these hours, these conversations that we've had. So we've lost a good friend.
A true fighter, indeed.
And a fighter, man.
Yes.
True fighter.
I mean,
took a break.
I'm sorry, you guys. That's why never what?
Never rested.
Never. And
Kept up the fight.
it's not only clips of him on our show, but how many times have we commented where he'd raise hell as chairman? And by the way, let's go back.
As ranking member?
As the ranking member. He's on, he has only been chair for just a short period of time. And that's why I always say to young people, and I've said this, you don't pass the torch. You light the young people's torches. Now, this torch, his torch, has to be passed on. I will say this, and there shouldn't be any debate, and I mean this sincerely. Maya, Sherry, Sam, Daryl, look, she should replace him.
Maya Rockamore Cummings.
Maya Rockamore Cummings should replace him. And the governor does this. This is the governor's call. This is the governor's call. I close before I go to our history with this understanding. Elijah Cummings would want us to go ahead with our show as we planned. I can hear him now in my voice. I can hear him now. Joe, go ahead with it. There's a hell of a lot to talk about. People have got to be held accountable. Don't worry about me. I'm taken care of. And so, in honor of Elijah Cummings, we're going to play all kind of clips, but we're going to go ahead with our show as we had planned, and the topics, because that's what he would want us to do.